Hello, everybody. This is the Podcast Cave brought to you by Hi-Ho Studios. And we all know if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. Like my friend Rich and Janet love to believe, we need to plan. So, guys,
yes, we do.
Why is the planning so important? I mean, that sounds so obvious.
Yeah, well, it specifically for the way we do podcasts at Hi-Ho Studios, we do batch recording. So
what is that?
You come in for a day or two and you back-to-back film all your episodes.
Okay, why do we do that?
There's a huge cost saving in doing it that way. And when you've got such an elaborate set like this, there's lighting, there's all sorts of things, there's scheduling guests, there's lots and lots involved. Doing batch recording is just a more cost-effective way of doing it. The editor gets the stuff all at once to work through. He's not getting it in dribs and drabs all the time. It just helps you plan better as well. When you are batch recording like that, there's a hell of a lot sort of to get right, especially if you've got guests. You've got to plan when they're arriving. You've got to do a whole bunch of logistics, which we covered with Darlene in a previous episode. So batch recording is a great thing to do, but it requires lots of planning.
Okay, great. So obviously you need to plan because you've got guests, you've got topics, you've got all that. Is there a tool that we can use that makes that process a little bit easier and less chaotic and structures our shoot?
My view is that you want to keep it simple.
Yeah.
It's already going to feel a bit overwhelming, and certainly when you start doing this, there's a lot that you're working on. And I think everyone needs to focus on the content for their podcast. So what are you actually going to say? What are you going to record? And so the structure for getting organized, you don't want that to be hard work in itself. So for what we're doing and for our clients, we have a very simple Google Sheet.
Spreadsheet's my favorite.
Spreadsheet, I know. Not a complicated thing. I think we can show our listeners what that actually looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just something that's going to help everyone understand what is happening for that shoot, in preparation for that shoot. So what do we actually need to research in terms of topics? Where are our guests going to be? And, even in the run-up to the actual shoot, you're going to use the doc.
Yeah.
What do we call the doc?
We call it our deliverables sheet.
Okay.
That is basically a content plan.
Yes. Yeah. So, in an agency, it might be tied into a content calendar.
Okay.
So, it's, and what we use isn't by any means the way it has to be done.
Yeah.
This is just a system that we have developed over time. And like I said, it just needs to be simple. It needs to be the one place that every participant can go, whether that person is a host, a guest, a person doing edits, a person planning for social media or marketing afterwards. It's one document. It's got all the creatives in it. It's got all the episode information, channel information.
There's actually another element to it as well, which I forgot to mention, is the social media scheduling as well.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
And do you include that in the same sheets?
Yeah, we do. So, on our Hi-Ho deliverable sheet, we've got our podcast as an element that needs to be scheduled. So the way that we have our content going out, it's once a week. So the calendar shows exactly when each ep goes live, and alongside that, what's happening in the social channels.
And in a sense, each deliverable sheet is our cycle, right?
Yes. So for us, we will have a sheet per season.
Yeah.
Again, this is how we do it. It's not necessarily how everyone must do it. I think what's important is that this is an outline of how it can be done, and podcasters just need to have structure. Whatever works for them, in allowing them to come to the set and be organized and ready to go, know what to say, and thereafter not be scrambling, going, what was that third one we recorded?
It's also,
And
when the video is done, that's kind of where the job starts as well. Like you've got to schedule it on all the platforms. You've got to schedule it on social media. A little teaser must go out here. Link to the full episode goes out there. It can be chaos. I suppose you could also use tools like Trello or Asana or one of those project management tools. But we found this works really, really well, our spreadsheet that Jan's put together. And I think when we show you guys a bit later, you'll see exactly what we mean when you see how it's all working. Because you'll see how big it actually is.
Yeah.
We in a batch shoot 12 episodes in a day and a half.
Yes.
So the sheet fills up 12 of those, and then it breaks down all the promos for each episode. So you're actually ending up tracking 36 to 48 kind of
different
elements
creatives,
all at the same time. And that's why it can
And some of the things are scheduled, some are pending, some are published, some are
in edit tweets.
edits.
Yeah.
So it can get a little bit much if you're not tracking it in one place.
I think, the other thing that we find is that you've got to all be able to see what's going on at any one point. So having one central place for all of that information and all your linking, so you can go and find the artwork, you can go and find the scripts, you can go and find things easily. So, we're working in a Google environment ourselves already. Schultz Creative and Brand Candy are synced in that way, so it's easy for us. And that's why I'm saying it doesn't have to be a sheet. It doesn't have to be a Google spreadsheet. It can be anything that works for you. This happens to be our system, but so long as you are able to be organized and track everything. Ours includes the short link to the YouTube video per episode.
Why don't we take a look at the columns? So let's check there. Okay, so you've got the obvious EP, so episode number.
That's our episode number, so 1 through to 12. This is season 1, so this will show you all of the eps that are already done. Okay, their go live date. So when does this episode drop on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube?
And we drop all of those platforms at the same time per episode.
Per episode, once a week on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Then we have our episode name, the YouTube link. So this only happens once you've uploaded the video. But, the challenge as you do more and more of this is that you'll have more and more episodes. Finding where they are quickly starts to become a bit more of an issue. So get into the habit early of keeping track of where everything is. And this is our creatives tab. So this is where we put a quick overview of our thumbnail so you can actually recognize the episode and the description of that episode. This description also forms the content that goes onto Spotify, Apple, and YouTube as the description for that particular episode. So that is information that is live to the public. We have our scripts on a separate document, but something you could easily do here is have a link to that script. The deliverables tab is a little bit more meaty. So this actually is the planner in terms of where we are for each channel, what has been published, what has been scheduled, and what is still pending. Okay. So if we're still busy with creative, so maybe we haven't finished designing the thumbnail, it could be that the video hasn't come out of the edits yet. Again, we have the episode number so you can keep track. This is really important as you get into more and more seasons. Your go live date, so when does this ep drop? That will obviously match what's in the creatives tab. The episode name again, and then the format. So typically you would probably have the same format every single time, but if you were switching up between video and audio, then you could stipulate that at this point. The duration of the ep, and this is important because when you are analyzing the stats of each episode and you want to kind of get an assessment of where your audience is in terms of how much content they want to hear. If you're finding that your longer episodes are doing really well, you can keep doing longer episodes. So we just keep track of the duration. And then what pod platforms are you going live on? and is it published or is it scheduled? So you can actually see that the last episode of season 1 goes live on Wednesday the 10th. It is scheduled but not yet published. Everything else is already live. And then alongside that, for our podcast, we are promoting our episodes on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And you can see that we had a slightly different, more staggered publishing of our content on those platforms. So we wanted enough content to be going out across those 3 platforms. We didn't want every single platform to get the same post on the same day. So strategically, we have launched that content on a slightly different timeline. And you can see here again what is scheduled and what is published. And that's really all there is to it. It's not a complicated document, but it's very useful for you to try and remember or find what you did for which episode on which date, and then tying this back in. So once the marketing has been rolled out, when you want to go back and analyze episodes that have done really well in, say, the social space, and you want to analyze a little bit about them, you can go back here and you can at least have some information about the basics.
Yeah, I think it's been super helpful.
Yeah. It's kept us organized, and that's the job of a content calendar. You've got to be organized.
Yeah, just keeping all the information together. It's valuable. By the time we're at episode 3003, you'll be very thankful we did this.
Yes.
And you can also see when you change strategy, when whatever happened. And what I love, just to put a plug in there for Google Sheets, is we don't have to have version 1, 2,
no.
4, 5.
Yeah.
It's a live document. It gets shared.
Yep.
Everybody that's got access can edit it. Those that must just view it can just view it.
Yep.
And we don't have to send copies of versions of versions. That just drives everybody's inbox insane.
Yes.
So that's
ideally, whoever is doing the scheduling should be the person who has access to edit this. Typically what we do is we allow for people that are not scheduling to have commenting access, so they can view and they can leave a comment for the person who's doing the scheduling. Okay. So for example, if a particular episode is taking a little bit longer for the edits to be completed, the editor can leave a comment saying, we'll have this to you by X date, and then for your own planning. It's not impossible to switch around your episodes. So, provided you haven't done any teasers or marketing related to an upcoming episode, if episode 4 was terrible and required lots more edits, you can get that fixed up, and it can go out as episode 8 instead of episode 4, if that works for you.
So this is really the only document that we need. This and the script.
Yes, so we have this document and we have our script document, and that's it. Easy
peasy.
Yeah, not including all the thumbnail artworks, but that's just saved in Google Drive.
Okay, cool.
In a file called Season 1.
If our viewers want to get their own sheet like this,
yes,
what do they do?
I'm going to make one available. I'm going to put it on our website, and they can go and grab it there and use it and edit it to their heart's content. Make it work.
We'll put the link in the description.
Link in description.
Yep.
Yes.
Is it down below or up above?
Oof.
It'll be down below.
Down below.
I think always.
I don't know where you watch YouTube. So if you want to know anything about how we produce this podcast or any of our clients' podcasts, let us know in the comments down below. And if there's any documents you wish you had that we've got, let us know that too in the comments. We'll see you next time.